apologize on behalf of the man that popped their balloon for not giving you
Don't
a chance.
apologize for me, gang.
Get it from China, from Temu, from Alibaba, AliExpress. That's a cheap wig.
I can't tell all the way, but I know if I see a little fro, you got the little, you got to look like your head bigger than what your head really is. You got a bad wig.
Are y'all like here because you're interested in actually finding love, or you just nitpicking?
When my episode dropped, girls were in my inbox, and maybe she's a little bit too holy.
Okay.
Even for me. Also, I think that men are a lot more observant than women like to give men credit for.
And that's the thing too. I saw some of the comments that you probably talking about, and I was like, nah, don't do that. We're not gonna play that. Like, this is definitely a woman.
Yeah.
I would really love to see a man lay a lace front. And then you can comment, right?
Oh, here, let's go, okay, let's go. Yeah. She wanna make me her wife, but I don't wanna be her wife, okay. Slide by in the motherfucking range, I do the dash in the vintage, yeah.
YouTube, what is good with y'all? I'm back again with another Pop the Balloon reaction video. Today we are reacting to the Pop the Balloon Season 4 reunion. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this episode. Let me know what else I should be reacting to. 98% of y'all not subscribed, so if you fuck with the video, then tap in and subscribe. Make sure you like the video and check out my playlist to see my other balloon pop reaction videos. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
And take a look at the Season 4 recap. Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold this.
It's 30K in my mouth.
Hey.
It's a house.
If you don't understand the difference between like a good wig and a bad wig, we not gonna work out.
And also,
Is that a jet? Is that a private jet that you're in?
Yeah.
You might need just like a social worker or something. Maybe I'm a little too much for
I might need what?
Maybe like a cubicle worker or something.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Uche.
Uche.
I'm 23.
This is great. This is 2 million on first week. Week 1, 2 million.
All right, so as you guys saw, that was just a little short recap of the Season 4 reunion. So it was a great season, as we saw. But to go ahead and kick off this reunion, let's have a look at this clip where wigs were the talk of the episode.
Before we get into that clip, there is a lot of ice going on in this reunion, which I like that. And I like the other. To me, Mozzie, like, I like his jewelry, but I'm not a huge fan of his outfits. The other guy, though, I like the outfit. And he had, like, the chrome heart hat on and just like, I don't know, it's cool. I like his jewelry more also. But anyways, I just wanted to get that out there. Also, I don't know if that girl was trans. Like, I don't feel like they wouldn't put a trans girl on this show. But her voice was really deep. I don't know if that's why they all pop. I haven't seen the episode. Let me know if I should react to that one, because I usually don't react to the ones with all the guys only in them. But I could start doing those if you want me to do them. But yeah, it was just a lot of craziness going on in this season, especially like, I don't know, like the thing Danny said about the wigs. Like, I just feel like, I don't know. Let's just see. Let's get our recap in.
If you don't understand the difference between like a good wig and a bad wig, we not gonna work out.
I feel you on the wig thing, but kind of like let women have women's business. Like, let girls be girls. I hear you, but I don't feel you. I just thought it was like a little petty.
All right, so Alicia, off of that comment that you're saying, are you saying that men shouldn't comment or say anything about women's beauty or like anything involving women's beauty at all?
I would really love to see a man lay a lace front. And then you can comment, right? A lot goes into beauty, to put yourself together, to put your outfit on. So for me, yes, I think men should stay out of women's business. So when it comes to beauty, I understand what he was saying, but I don't really feel him because, like somebody said on the episode, nobody had a bad wig. So you kind of didn't need to say that. It was just extra. It was unnecessary commentary, I feel like.
Okay, so fellas, do you think you should be allowed to comment on a woman's beauty or anything you see on her that you may like or don't like?
Well, I don't know about the commenting on the wig part. I think he was really just trying to be funny, for real.
Okay.
But like we were just talking about earlier, You bogus if you come on the show and you ain't together. Like come on now. You in front of millions of people. You better come right.
Okay.
Okay, my question is like, and this is for the men. How can you tell a good wig from a bad wig? Like, what exactly do you see that you know, oh, this is a bad wig? Because women, we can tell. Because we're women, we put it on. But what do you guys see? How do you know?
I can't tell all the way, but I know if I see a little fro, you got the little, you got to look like your head bigger than what your head really is. You got a bad wig. Come on now.
Also, I think that men are a lot more observant than women like to give men credit for. Like, I see a lot of men come on the show, they say you got too much makeup on. Okay. Or they say, I just don't like your heels. And a lot of women may think men don't pay attention to stuff like that, right? A lot of women may think, oh, he's not paying attention to my heels. He don't like it. But yeah, we do. We look at your heels, look at your makeup, look at your lipstick, look at everything. So, I think a woman shouldn't totally change herself for a man's opinion, but I think a woman should be open to the considerations of a man and vice versa. I think men should be open to the considerations of a woman.
Speaking of heels, though.
Before we get into the next comment, I can appreciate an outfit like Buddy with the Chrome Hearts hat on in the bottom right, but I can also appreciate that vest and the red blazer. Like, those are both like nice outfits. I would wear it. Personally, one thing I wanted to elaborate on why I don't like Mozzie's outfit is like, I feel like he just be wearing designer to wear it. And then I'm not a fan of them rings that's like a brass knuckles damn near, like it goes across like all your fingers. I don't like those. And the one thing I'll say about old Buddy on the bottom right is I feel like his jewelry is like something you just buy off an online store. Like, he just has a bunch of like pointer necklaces and a big Cuban, but he doesn't have any like custom pendants like Mozzie does. And I fuck with the custom, I fuck with the pendants. I want to get more of those, but at least like mix it up a little bit. I do like his rings. That guy on the bottom right has nice rings. And I think what the lawyer guy, I can't remember his name, but what the lawyer was saying about how men are more observant than women give them credit for is very true. Like, I think men really do pay attention, and I think women almost a lot of times think men are dumb, or they're just like only care about sex, love sex with any girl. But I think a lot of men do have preferences, especially like the men on the show where I think they have options. They don't have to just go for any woman, and they're not just like have sex with, date any woman, and they have their preferences that they like, and they expect the woman that they're interested in, that they're dating, to be receptive to those preferences.
I really feel like y'all not wearing heels. Y'all don't know how it is to walk in heels. I would like to see y'all walk in heels, and I was standing in a line for a long time, so I wanted to wear comfortable heels, but people want to pop off of comfortable heels. It's crazy.
I don't know, like if a guy's like into fashion or he's stylish, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. Maybe he just like to see his woman in a special type of heel. If you're attracted to him, I think you should kind of be open to what he has to say about your heels.
I agree. If you're a heterosexual woman who's attracted to men, then you should be open to what men have to say about your appearance. Like, not just any guy, like a guy that you're probably interested in. Like, if I liked you, James, and you're like, I don't like that dress, maybe, and you like, I would be open to hearing you out because you're somebody I'm interested in.
Absolutely. Okay. I mean, people, when my episode dropped, people girls were in my inbox and like specifically saying, I don't like your posture, or you need to sit up straight, or whatever. And I take that, I'm reading it. My feelings are not getting hurt. I'm like, you know what? When I go back on the show, I'm gonna sit up straight. So, I mean, I don't think every situation has to be responded to with anger, or he's hating on me, or he's being sassy, or whatever the case may be. Some people, you need to actually take their opinion into consideration.
When it comes to wigs, I think that there is wigs and then there's wigs. So when you date a high value man who knows the quality of wigs, you're not gonna wear a cheap wig, because I can tell that this wig is a cheap wig. If you get it from China, from Temu, from Alibaba, AliExpress, that's a cheap wig. If you spend a couple of $100s on your wig, it is gonna be a decent wig, and we can tell the texture, we can tell the quality. If you're laying on my chest, I don't want it to feel like a grass brushing on my chest. It gotta be soft, it gotta be pliable, it gotta be high quality. It's what it is.
All right, so to go ahead and
Pliable is crazy, bro. Like AliExpress wig. But I think this is a whole two different things that we're talking about here. These men are talking about how a woman styles the wig, not the quality of it. Like, you could have a really expensive wig and not know how to, like, glue it down and install it properly, and that's gonna make it look bad regardless of how expensive it is. But I do think expensiveness or price is another factor in quality that, you know, I don't personally, though, in my experience, I feel like it matters more the styling and the installation than it does the price. Like, I've seen really expensive wigs installed poorly and they look bad, and I've seen cheaper wigs installed well and they look good. So I think it's all about how the wig goes with the girl. Like, does the red look good on her? Does this particular hairstyle, a side part, a middle part, whatever, like, it's about how they style it and how they make it come across. And it's open to interpretation. What one man thinks is a bad wig might not be what another man thinks.
Move on to our next topic. So, James, on your episode, some of the ladies' deal breakers was the fact that you're like so soft spoken. So let's check out, you know, what some of them had to say about that.
Originally, it was because you were so soft spoken and like you're so sweet. I'm a native New Yorker, and we're very loud. So I want to make sure that you're very, you know, you Philly quate.
After hearing your voice for a while, the kind of like she mentioned, the soft spokenness just wasn't attractive to me.
I don't know exactly what you mean by that. You know, as far as like you want someone to speak louder or speak deep, voice be deeper, or
I don't even know how I would describe it. I was
because
almost
it could be changed. You know, you can always kind of change up no matter what. So.
It went crazy. Her voice changes.
Okay. So, James, has that ever came up in the past, like your dating life, like you being soft-spoken? Has that ever been something that people commented on?
I mean, I definitely heard it before, not in terms of dating, but just in general life, like you're soft-spoken. But I mean, since this episode has dropped, I've gotten literally thousands of their DMs. So, I mean, people obviously like this soft-spokenness. I think it's just for a special type, you know, of individual. Everybody may not be attracted to it, but, you know, definitely it's an attractiveness towards certain people.
Okay. And then when you were about to walk off on the stage there, you told Waverly, hey, Waverly, if you don't find a match by the end of this episode, you know, hit me back up. Once you got a chance to watch the episode or, you know, whatever you may have seen, do you still feel that way? You still trying to hit her up?
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I feel like, you know, when you're walking out on that stage, you don't know what happened before you walked out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You don't know what was said. You don't know, you know, what a person's deal breakers were before you walked out. So I don't know. I was attracted to Waverly when I actually when I actually stepped out onto the stage. You know, what she was wearing, and you know, just she just looked very attractive to me. Somebody that I would like to get to know outside the show. After watching the full episode, you know, I did see like, I mean, I think we all like kind of saw some things. I was like, you know, maybe she's a little bit too holy.
Okay.
Even for me, you know, and I go to church and stuff as well, but you know, I think there's a certain thing is maybe like too holy. Like I think it was a guy that she popped on because he didn't read his Bible every morning, or there was a guy that she popped on because he was a little bit hesitant about practicing celibacy, and I don't know, one guy didn't have a perfect hairline. I don't know, it was just a lot. It was a lot going on in the episode. So, you know, I think we'd be better off as just kind of friends.
Okay, I understand.
One thing I'll say about Waverly is every single girl on this panel right now, I am more attracted to than Waverly. I get the whole appeal of Waverly. She has a nice body. She has nice natural hair. She dresses modestly, I think from a looks perspective, and she speaks well. So she has a lot going for her, don't get me wrong. But like he said, like celibacy in today's day and age is like, it's going to be a deal breaker for a lot of people. And you have to consider that you're going to be eliminating a lot of people through that. So you can't be as picky when it comes to these other things. And like you said, the whole reading your Bible every day, like I just feel like that's a lot to expect. Like you're not going to date somebody that doesn't read their Bible every day. But I think what it really is with Waverly is that she's picky, and if she doesn't really like how you look, then she's not going to give you any leniency when it comes to her other things that she wants. Whereas if she likes how you look, then maybe you don't have to read your Bible every day. Maybe she's willing to like come down on some of her restrictions, I guess you could say. I don't know.
And then just to kind of take it back to the whole soft-spokenness thing, is that a deal breaker for any of you ladies on here? A man being soft-spoken?
I like a man who can command the room. And I feel like as a boisterous woman, maybe just different strokes for different folks.
Okay.
But I'm boisterous, I'm loud, I take up space. So I want my man to do the same thing.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a bad thing, but I feel like I would overtalk you and like run over you in that way.
Okay.
I think something important to highlight too is the hypocrisy of the internet, because everyone gave Waverly and the other girls a very hard time for what they said about James, and Uche, this gorgeous girl back here, walked out. Her voice had a little bass in it, and everybody popped, and the internet thought that was okay because her voice was deep. Uche, talk about it, girl.
No, we gonna come back to Uche. Don't worry. I think Jordan had a comment to say. Go ahead, Jordan.
I like a soft-spoken man because I feel like I'm loud. So, like, if my man talking to me, he all quiet and stuff, I'm like, oh, you know, like, you so sweet, and then we gonna, like, feed off each other energy. So, like,
mellow each other out.
Yeah, we're gonna mellow each other out. So, like, yeah, I like that.
Also, I just want to say that, it's situational. I didn't feel like coming onto a stage with a group of women, 6, 7 women, that I need to come out, hey, how y'all doing? My name is Jen. I'm just talking to you.
Right.
I'm just literally involved in just getting to know you, having a simple conversation with you. Okay. Just kind of just getting to know you on a personal level. So I feel like I do know how to raise my voice. I do know how to be, Elisa said, take control of the room. I know how to do all of that, but just not, I don't feel like you have to be like that 24/7.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And then Dr. Dust, you had a comment as well?
I was going to say something to my brother, James. I watched your episode. I was proud of you. You are a man and you have a way that you carry yourself. And that's who you are. I don't want you to change that for anyone else. Whether it's for a lady or for a man, do not change who you are, brother. You speak the way you speak, you carry yourself the way you carry it. And there's going to be a lady that enjoys and likes the way you speak. And do not change that for anyone else. Not for a partner that does not value you. So keep it up, keep who you are, and let's move on.
Thank you.
You got it.
I also just want to say that, when I changed my voice, I saw a lot of comments saying, oh, why would you do that? Why, that was just purely a joke, right? I literally...
I could definitely tell he was joking when he said that. I don't think he was actually trying to change his voice to please a woman. And I think what the doctor, Uche, I don't know if that's his name, but he's like, I think he's right in the sense that you shouldn't change who you are for anyone, because if you be yourself, you'll find the person that really likes you for you. As long as you're not just like screwing around and being super lazy and just like letting yourself go. That's one thing. But I think if you be yourself, that's just gonna attract more the people that you really want and the people that really like you. And I've had that experience before when I've dated people that they wanted to change me and they didn't like me for me. And I'm so glad that I didn't change myself because if I would have, then that would have hurt me on the inside. I wouldn't really be able to be myself, and I wouldn't feel good about that, because the more that you become like yourself, the happier that you will be.
I really would never change my voice for anyone. I would never deepen my voice in any situation, just to attract someone.
Okay, nice. Well, let's go ahead and play our next clip of one of the most talked about women from this season. Wonder who that is.
Chris, 28, and I ain't gonna lie, your voice deeper than mine. So I can't even do it.
I was expecting that. I'm not even gonna lie. Really? Yeah. Y'all can handle it. It's okay.
You get that about your voice?
I get that a lot. Some like it and some don't. It's part of me. If y'all can't handle it, then you can't handle me.
Can't.
Yeah, that's okay.
So Uche, I know you sit on there. It's happened to you before in the past. People have mentioned, your voice, all of that. But is that the reaction you were expecting when you came out there?
Okay, to be honest, before coming on the show, I spoke to like a couple of close friends of mine. They were like, I know you're not I'm not worried about my appearance. Like, I'm confident in that. I know I look good. But I definitely knew, like, my voice was going to be a factor, you know? So coming on there, I didn't expect the sudden pop from everybody. When it happened, I was like, wait, is there something on my face? Like, then I was like, wait, okay, it's definitely my voice. But yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that.
Okay.
It was definitely a shock.
I see. Okay. So how has it been for you now since, the show has aired?
Very overwhelming.
Okay.
A lot of attention, a lot of comments, some interesting, some actually very sweet,
Okay.
I had a lot of people in my DMs just telling me about my voice. They love it. Some people inviting me to have podcasts or sing or whatever. Yeah, so, and then I saw some interesting comments that I was like, y'all are mean.
Oh.
But no, none of it like really affected me.
That's good.
It was actually more entertaining than actually disturbing. But yeah.
Okay, nice. And then Chris, on that clip we saw you said, "Yeah, I can't handle it." What did you mean when you were?
I don't know. Like when I heard her voice from the clip, it did kind of sound a little deeper. I don't know if that was just the way that the audio came across from that episode, but I do think she looks very attractive right now, and especially on the episode. I think she looked even better on the episode. And hearing her voice now, it doesn't really like bother me. I guess like I don't think it's her voice is deep, but it doesn't sound bad to me. And damn, what was I gonna say? I just think that at least I wouldn't have popped on her. And I like the accent. That's what I was gonna say. Like I like girls that have like a Caribbean accent or a Nigerian or whatever Ghanaian accent, and that is something that is attractive to me. So I don't know. Like I feel like she's pretty good in my book, but I guess he was not. Let's see what he has to say.
Speaking of that,
just like she said, some people can't handle it, some people can't. I can't. Like I said, way deeper than mine. I can't do it.
Okay.
And it's nothing against her. That she's beautiful. She looked
Yeah.
good. But it was just the voice. That's the only thing that I was just like, hold on, what?
okay. But what is it? It's just a little bit deeper, but she still sounds like to me, I don't know what.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I saw some of the comments that you probably talking about, and I was like, nah, don't do that. We're not gonna play that. Like, this is definitely a woman.
Yes.
Like, that was never a thought in my mind. Like, this is a man. No, it was never a thought in my mind. Like, I knew that was a woman, but I was just like, your voice is deeper than mine.
Okay.
Sexy. Your voice is sexy.
Like,
Oh,
I don't. I have nothing to say.
I'm good over here.
No, honestly, because my question. I'm just confused. Like in the sense of like, okay, I feel like for the other men, and they're not here to like defend themselves or whatever, but like for him, he could say he couldn't handle it, and that's fine. But for the other guys that were on my episode, I'm like, y'all didn't even like ask me any questions. Like, like what do I do for fun or whatever? None of that. It was just, your voice out. Like, and to me, it doesn't even sound that deep. I mean, to each their own, right? To each their own. It's like, okay. But yeah.
Okay. So for the men on the stage, what do you guys think of Uche's voice?
Interesting. I want to hear this.
Honestly, for Uche,
so
when
deep.
I watched that episode, if I was on that episode, I would have popped my balloon. But talking to Uche is a sweet lady. The voice is not as deep. We can compare.
That is literally what I just said. Like, I don't know what it was about on that episode, like how she was talking. And I don't know, like, I don't really care what, I forget her name, but she's like bottom right on the left, like the left chairs or whatever. Like, Alicia, I think is her name. She was like, I think it's sexy. Like, I just don't care. Like, it doesn't matter what you think. Like, you're a girl. It doesn't matter whether you think she's attractive or her voice is sexy, whatever, because you're not going to date her. So you saying, I think it's sexy. Like, it irks me when she thinks that her opinion matters in the sense of whether or not men would be attracted to her voice, because that's not what we're here to talk about. Do women find her voice attractive? I mean, it's cool when Arlette comments on it because she's the host of the show. But for another contestant, it's not about you. It's about what the guys have to say about her voice.
Heard his voice. I don't know if it's the microphone or there's something going on, but Uche doesn't sound the way in real life. She doesn't sound the way she sound on that episode. The voice is not that deep.
Cap.
She's a sweet person.
Cap.
But look,
Is deep.
Go ahead, Mozzie. Go ahead.
Nah, it's deep. I mean, what you want me to do?
It's deep, period. Like it's deep. It's like Arlette said, it's deep, but I sound feminine.
Yeah,
like,
you still sound like a
know what
woman,
I mean?
definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
But
like
is it
it's
like a
strong.
cultural
It's real
thing?
strong.
Come again?
It's real strong.
Do you smoke?
I do not.
That's a crazy
I
question.
do not smoke.
Okay, well, I agree with Des Factors over there. I feel like when you came on the show, I felt like it was an extremely deep voice. But
Extremely is
I
crazy.
talked to you today.
Extremely is crazy.
Well, it was deep. But when I talked to you today, just like Dr. Des, I feel like it's not as deep in person. And I feel like I agree with Arlette, it is a feminine voice. It's deeper, maybe like Jasmine Sullivan or Toni Braxton, but it's still a feminine voice.
Okay.
It's not something I think you need to pop of a balloon over, but
I mean, you can't even say that though, because it's the first reaction that you get.
Yeah.
Somebody walking out, okay, she look decent, and then she talk. And they're like, oh, no, hell no. Like, that's just the first reaction. Like,
Honestly, I sat down to think about it. I was like, okay, if the roles were reversed, like I'm on the lineup and a man walks out and he has a really high-pitched voice, I'll be a little hesitant, I'm gonna be like, so I kind of understood their point of view, which is why I wasn't offended at all. Like I was
you
not.
took it very well.
Yeah, I was not upset. I expected it coming, so I wasn't upset. I got that point of view.
Okay, let's hear from Jordan.
I'm all the way off topic.
I don't know. I think I'm glad that she came at it from that perspective, that she was willing to acknowledge that if it was on the other hand, like you see with the lawyer guy, like his voice was too soft spoken. A bunch of women, they didn't pop right away, but they still popped because of it. And with her, it was like the same thing. Her voice was deep and they didn't like her voice. Voice matters to people. And she admitted that she would be hesitant to date somebody with like a really high pitched voice. And I don't know, it's just interesting hearing everybody like talk about it, and Mozzie saying that he does think it's deep and it's strong. He didn't say it was masculine, but he did say it was strong.
But I just wanted to ask this question. They calling you Dr. Des. You a doctor? You a real doctor?
What does doctor mean to you?
Are you a real doctor?
Yeah, I have a doctorate degree.
Okay, I just wanted to know why they were calling you that. I'm like, why are they
That's my
calling you
name.
Dr. Des?
It is my name and my title.
he earned that.
What
doctorate.
is that?
Don't worry, we'll get back. We'll get to him. We'll get to him.
I want to say something about this beautiful lady right here.
Here we go.
Slow down. She's a female.
Yeah.
Not only a female, a feminine female, born female.
Yeah, bro.
So,
know that.
We got it.
yeah, she is, believe it or not, Uche, you did not get the respect that you deserve on your lineup when you work on that show.
Wow.
I want to tell you that you deserve to at least have a chance to express yourself when you walk in there.
I agree.
Yeah, so on behalf of the man, I want to apologize on behalf of the men that popped their balloon for not giving you a
Don't
chance.
apologize to me, gang. Don't apologize to me.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. The ladies of episode 35 were harshly criticized in the comments. Let's take a look at some of their moments.
And I don't like joggers.
I end up popping my balloon because I'm just not sexually attracted.
You're handsome. I just don't think that you're I don't think we would align.
I end up popping my balloon because I have a thing with light skin.
I feel like you could have just did more on the outfit. It's just straightforward.
You're a handsome man. You're well put together. Your head is on straight. But I just don't think that we would connect if we were to go further.
Okay.
Just a nose ring. I don't like nose ring on men.
For sure.
It was just more so for me. It was kind of like the accessories, and then it was the ball head on top of it.
For sure.
I was just it was just too much.
You are a very handsome man. You're not ugly at all. I would say I pop my balloon because just the way you speak, and then all the like cuts and all that. No,
Yeah.
I don't like that. Like this big one, nah. That's big.
That big. All right, so ladies,
It's crazy when you put all those clips together how bad it looks. Like it's just like one after another, like all this pickiness, and it makes it seem really bad when you put it all together. Like I was looking at it on an individual episode, like person by person, because that's how I react to it. But to see it all at once, like how picky all those girls were, especially that girl who's like in nursing school, or she's a nurse that's on the bottom left of the right side. She had so much to say. Like they all had so much to say and all had these little like picky things. And I don't know, it's like on one hand it's the looks, then it's how they talk. Like it's just, what is it gonna take? And I think what it's gonna take is for these women to get older and realize they don't have as many options, and then they're gonna date somebody a lot more similar to those people that they rejected earlier on.
the comments on your episode, you know, they called you guys picky, immature, childish, confused, all of that stuff. Like, how do you guys feel about what people were saying?
I mean, for me, it's like, right, I'm dating to marry.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's something that I'm not like physically attracted to, or I'm not connecting to like intellectually, you know, I'm not intellect, but I'm just saying, like, if there's something like that, like, I'm going to pop because I don't want that to be an issue right off the bat. Okay. You know, if we're already starting off like that. So, I mean, people can call it picky. People can call it, you know, being choosy. And I'm choosing someone I want to be with for the rest of my life. I came on the show for love. So I wanted to make sure I was intentional with who I chose.
Okay.
I agree with her. Like, if we out in the real world, the first thing I look at is your physical appearance. So like I came onto this show doing the same thing I do out, you know, in the real world. Like if I'm not physically attracted to you, then I'm a pop, you know? And then like, say I am physically attracted to somebody. Once we get past that and I know I'm physically attracted to you, then I'll go like deeper. Okay, now I want to figure out how you are emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And I want to know you like in and out. But if initially I'm not physically attracted, we ain't getting nowhere.
Okay. Tiana?
I feel like it was a lot of judgment, a lot of initial judgment based off of like us popping. So like they expected us to, I know like a lot of people like want us to match, but we had a handful of guys and, you know, they might have not been our type, or there was something that we didn't like about them. So we popped, and like people like gave us backlash just for popping for whatever reason, like we said, but it's like, you know, we may not just like that thing about that person. Like it's a handful of guys. Maybe we like it about maybe we might like something about somebody else, but it's like, yeah, I just feel like we got a lot of backlash, like initial backlash off of us popping. Like a lot of people said we were hopping on a bandwagon because somebody might have popped and I might have popped right after that person. And they were like, oh, you're following that person. But it's like, that's not what it is. I'm just not going to match with someone if I'm not interested in them. So it's like, I popped. They want us to match with somebody that we're not interested in. It was just like wrong timing, I feel like.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna
Before we hear what she has to say, I just think that she just said a whole lot of nothing. Like she basically said, I don't like that I got backlash and I'm gonna pop on people that I don't like. And she spent like 2 minutes saying that. And then the other two, I feel like they're saying, one of them was saying that they get, that's how it is in the real world too. Like if they don't like somebody's appearance, then they're gonna like not choose them, and they just didn't like anyone's appearance. And I get that, but I feel like the one I resonated the most with was the first girl, and she was like, I'm looking for marriage so I can afford to be picky. And I feel like that is respectable in some ways, because a lot of women say they're looking for marriage and they're really not, or at least they want marriage, but they're not serious about finding it. And she is willing to be picky because she knows that she really wants certain things and she's looking for marriage, and she's willing to wait for the person that is the right one for her to be married to.
Now that I'm here, I'm just gonna say this. I understand that coming on this show, you just go based off of like physical appearance, what you're seeing. I'm just gonna say, to me personally, and this is not to come for any of y'all here, but I just feel like popping on someone for like what they are wearing is so crazy to me. And I say it's crazy because they can like change what they're wearing. I mean, granted, what they put on to come initially might have been terrible, but there's more to that person. Like, you know? So I'm not trying to come for y'all, but like, if there were other things that they said that you were like, I'm feeling this, but your pants are too tight and you're popping because their pants are too tight, they're not always gonna have tight pants on. So it gets me like thinking like, are y'all like here because you're interested in actually finding love, or you just nitpicking?
But I disagree.
I disagree too.
I disagree.
I feel like if you decide to put on a whack fit to come in,
Let's hear from Ozzy VS. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
I feel like if you decide to put on a whack fit for national TV, you're gonna put on a whack fit when we just going anywhere.
Yes.
Like, so yeah, dressing really means something, you know? Yeah.
And it's an initial attraction. When I first see my man, I'm trying to be like, oh, he looks so sexy, he looks so fine. And so many people said that about me as well. Like, he could change his outfit. I'm not his stylist. This is my first impression of this man. I want to look at him and be like, damn, zaddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to look and be like, he looks so good. And I know looks aren't everything, but like we're saying, and it's initial attraction when we're coming on the show. I want to know that you put it on.
If I'm really sitting here trying to match with somebody, like I said, like I gotta feel you on all aspects, and I was feeling one, but like other than that, it wasn't there.
And I don't know if y'all heard this old saying, believe somebody when they show you who they are the first time. If you show me you can't get right the first time, I'm gonna believe that's just you. Because I'm not finna just tell you what to dress, because especially from a man's perspective, women, they don't like being told what to put on, how to wear, what to dress. Like, so I'm not finna get into that with you.
I think that's a good point. Like, especially with women, a lot of them do not like being told how to dress. They're like, you can't date a girl that's sexy, then don't date a sexy girl, whatever. Like, it's just, they don't want to hear it. But I think there is two different sides of it. Like, there's women that are okay with adapting what they wear, and there's men that are okay with adapting what they wear. There's also guys where they don't want to be told what to dress. I'm one of them. I'm not finna be told what I'm gonna wear. That maybe if I'm going out with my mother and she wants to talk about how I dress, fine, you know, this is the woman that birthed me. But for somebody that I don't know really, that I could date and go move on to somebody else, like my mom is gonna be my mom no matter what. But these women, it's like they come and go, and you can't let them tell you what to do and what not to do. Now, if they give me some constructive criticism, something I agree with, then that's different. But it's not gonna be like you dress this way, I want you to dress another way. It would be more like, oh, you dress like this, here's how you could improve how you dress, and it's something going towards the direction I'm already going. I'm not trying to take it to a different direction, you know what I'm saying?
If you can't dress, you can't dress. Facts. And I ain't finna be the one to come save you.
Facts.
Wow.
I don't know. If we're all dating to marry, I feel like we all should be open to dating someone who's probably not our exact type. Yeah. Right? Because all of us here have a type, right? Yeah. All of our exes are probably our type. Yet look where we are.
Oh.
Look where y'all at.
All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic then.
All right, I'm gonna stop it here. I think that's a good place to end it on. Like he said, if you've been doing something, y'all are pretty old. Everybody here over 25, maybe over 30. Maybe it's time to think about changing that up and not being so picky. And maybe you'll find somebody that you could actually marry if that's what you're looking for is marriage. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this episode. Let me know what else I should be reacting to. Subscribe if you made it to the end of the video. Like the video. Check out my playlist to see my other balloon pop reaction videos. I'm going to get up out of here. Hope y'all have a great day. Peace.
Oh, here, let's go, okay, go. Yeah, she wanna make me her wife, but I don't wanna be her wife, okay. Slide by in the motherfucking range, I do the dash in the vintage, yeah.